Hello. Today what I wanted to show is a few shelters using the To-Go Systems Poncho. Now, around my area, it is very rare that you find flat ground. So whenever you set up tarps, shelters, and all your shelters and such, you do not get a perfectly flat area. It's very rare. Setting up a tent out here, even a one-person tent, you're still on hills and so on and so forth. You do not get flat ground, so you have to be inventive. So what I look for setting up a shelter, since it is all hills and such, is spots like this. Spots like this is what I look for because of what shelter does. Shelter provides me to keep dry if it rains. It also keeps the wind off of me. And a shelter also will trap heat either by a fire or by your own body heat. What I look for is a spot like this. And if you look at this spot, it is all hollowed out on that side. It goes downhill on that side, and it's all hollowed out here. Right here is a high spot. So that is where I would sleep. Put my shelter around that. All the water will run off the shelter and down into these low so areas. You always find a high spot, and that's where you place your shelter. That way, the natural depressions is going to collect all the water and you're going to stay dry. So I've collected this area, and you can see it's basically perfect for my size. It's going to be perfect. And it's all going to run down. It's going to run in that depression, run in that depression, and run right off of me. I do not have to worry about the water hitting the ground and seeping in through and get me wet that way, or running up and into my shelter. So that's very important. Your placement whenever you set up your tarp shelters. And of course you look for overhead debris that could fall on you, widowmakers as they call them, and such, and there is none in this area. Now, there's a couple other things that you have to remember, and there's no two trees that I can run a ridge line, so what will I do there? Again, you have to be inventive. In this bag here, I have various cordages that I carry. And what I'm going to do right now is make this into a tripod, but my ridge pole is going to be some of that tripod. So what I want to do is, I'm just going to make this low to the ground, just enough for me to fit in there, so it will trap some body heat. Plus, you'll also keep the rain and wind off of me. And that should be high enough right there. So, I just lash this together. Basically, all I need to do for that, now what we'll do is break out the poncho. Most important step of ever creating a shelter, make sure you fit before you put it all together. And that's going to work pretty good. Yeah. See, like I said, it's going to be close. But that's what I want. Now, can I turn on my side? Yes, I can. So, this is going to work. And then I'll have my flared out sides. I've left that wide open so I can get in through that end. Let's break this out, this poncho. Now this is smaller than a tarp, of course, but it's a lot larger than a lot of ponchos as well. So, what I'm going to try with this is a plow point. See if I can get the cover I need. I can also use it like a pup tent. We're going to try both with this same setup. See which one will actually work. I have not made this into a shelter yet. The hood here, I can cinch that right up after I zipper it up and Velcro it. That's going to keep very, if there is any rain that gets through this, it will be very, very minimal. But this actually has cord locks, so instead of tying that, I'm just going to zip them up. I did a complete review of this poncho and showing its efficiency in the rain, so you can check that out. I'll leave a link below. So there's only one hole right there. I'm going to take that Velcro, and fasten it onto that. And that makes it pretty, pretty waterproof down this way. See how this is going to fit. Get grommets in this, so I'm going to just tie this up here first. And go from there. See what we can get out of this. Looks like it's going to work pretty good. I can tie this right onto this spot. It's tied down there. Now all I have to do is pull this out. Oh yeah. Put this in the ground. And then just tie this to this stake. Through the grommet once again. Just got to do the other side. Since this is up like this, I do not have to crawl in through here. So I can just come in like this. I have all kinds of cover here. Down by my feet is fine. I've got all kinds of cover right here. This would work great for a shelter, for if it was raining. Or I could turn it around the other way on the white side, and it will actually reflect some heat in the summertime, and it would be a really good shade shelter as well. I'm liking it. It's pretty cool, actually. Very nice. I'm going to try the same setup here with the tripod and see if we can make a usable pup tent style.